Hello, everyone. Melly Pompadith here, CEO of the SOAR Community Network and co-founder of the SOAR Community Nebula, which is a movement where conscious leaders are gathering together to learn, to create, to collaborate for social impact. And as a part of our interview series, our goal is to interview 1,000 community builders and change agents this year. And so this afternoon, we have Kate with us. So say hi, Kate.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Kate is the co-founder of Rowan, and I'm going to have you share with our viewers a little bit more about who you are and what you're doing in the world right now professionally.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Kate Viggiano Janich, and I'm the co-founder and positivity instigator at Rowan. So we are a co-working and co-growth space focused on women but open to all. And we serve as a rooting place for our members to work, connect, be well and create. I also am a strategic communications and project management and program management consultant on the side as well.
Wow. That's what entrepreneurs do. They always have side hustles, right?
Gotta pay for those meals for those children.
Right. So Kate, when you think about your life overall, are there any experiences that kind of like come to mind or stick out of your mind about a time or an experience where someone really went out of their way to show you love and compassion and kindness that shifted you in some way profoundly or maybe shaped the course of your life?
You know, I thought about this a lot. I think I was born into a family that did that. And two people who were very close to me in my family, both my mother and my brother, actually went through some very traumatic experiences. And we kind of experienced it together. And I realized because of that, I was able to understand a lot more than I ever would otherwise. So, you know, when you look at depression or addiction or mental issues, we were such a loving family and we were very communicative. My mom really did an amazing job telling us what was going on through the whole time. And I think when you grow up in that environment, your eyes are open to something that you never would be open to otherwise. And I know it fostered a sense of empathy and a level of understanding I would never have otherwise. I was born an optimist, and you know, I was just one of those people. I'm happy. Life has, knock on wood, been relatively easy for me to kind of get through. I'm pretty resilient. So if I hadn't been around those people and watching them struggle and fight and be so kind and so loving, and see what wonderful people they were and are, I don't think I'd understand where other people are coming from as much as I do.
Wow, that's nice. That's really nice. Well, then when you think of a change agent or a community builder, what characteristics come to mind? You mentioned your family kind of grew up and seeing these. So what traits and characteristics help mold you to understand, wow, these are really good people. They're out there doing some great things and care about things more beyond just the self.
I was thinking about the fact that everybody who I admire uses their voice. They agitate. They're compassionate. They tend to fight or protect those who cannot protect themselves. You know, whether it's something like helping the homeless or understanding families trying to migrate to save their families, that they're just trying to do that. They're the people who fight for those who don't have as much power. I think those people who use their fame to change the world. I mean, of course, you have Oprah, Elizabeth Warren, Hillary Clinton, Jon Stewart. But then I also think about now the people who I've seen more locally, and I tend to gravitate towards politics, but it's also those people in the community who are opening food pantries. But it's those people who feel like it is their responsibility to just protect each other and look out for each other and use their position to make the world better and make things easier for each other.
It's really good. It's really good. So now what causes do you care about? Where do you spend your time? What types of things really, you know, hit your heartstrings, and can you talk about some of those initiatives?
Yeah, and I mean, what causes don't strike my heartstrings? It's hard to, there's so much in this world that people need help with. So how do you choose? You know, I will say one thing I've become more aware and involved in is the opioid crisis. That was actually my brother died of an overdose, and it was after years of struggle and, again, watching him try his best. And so serving as a voice for those people, writing in legislation and doing that, advocating online. But I really care about protecting those people who can't protect themselves. So, over the years, I've worked in homeless shelters like the House of Ruth in Washington, D.C. I've given to the Humane Society. I support Children International. But I think more recently, after the 2016 election, I actually co-founded Together Will Northern Virginia. And it was one of those grassroots-based, locally based organizations built on the fact that so many people felt very helpless and they didn't know what to do. So I co-founded this group, and we ended up serving as like a hub, like a platform for a lot of people who felt lost to come together and find some central goals that we could all agree on and work towards together on. And we ended up actually gaining about 1,900 members, and that was actually a secret group. So in Northern Virginia. But what we ended up doing was working with other local groups who were doing something similar. And over about a year and a half, everybody started getting into the rhythm. The Indivisibles came out, and people were able to kind of branch off and now direct into something that they really wanted to focus on. But it was a very powerful experience providing that platform for others and a place to go where people, when they felt lost and like they needed to kind of gather and get their thoughts together and get organized. And so that's something I've been really involved with. And it's really why Rowan Tree has been so fulfilling, because we're doing a very similar thing.
Really cool stuff. Wow, 1,900 members. That's crazy. That's awesome.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Really, really awesome. I mean, it just goes to show the level of desire for this type of community and collaboration and change. So kudos to you. So Kate, what quote, philosophy, motto do you live by that keeps you going, that empowers you when things get tough?
So I always come back to the quote that just says, "Nothing endures but change." We can't be afraid of change because it's always going to happen. We can't be afraid of newness. We're always evolving. And so we have to find the ways to adapt and make the best of it. And the thing is, we can anticipate it as much as we can, and then we can adapt and learn from it. And I actually wrote, let's see, if we can embrace change, we can ride with the current, and then we can even build a boat to ride it. And then that boat can take us to destinations we never imagined. But the problem is, if we fear it and we fight it, then we just aren't opening ourselves to these opportunities we would never know existed otherwise.
Absolutely. Well, I love what you and Amy are doing at Rowan Tree and this huge, beautiful community that is coming together for you, and just much success to you. Continue to empower these women, continue to inspire more change in our communities. I love it. So how can people learn more about you and about Rowan Tree and about all these great causes that you care about?
Sure. So our website is www.workrowan.com. And you can follow us on social media. We're really active on Facebook and Instagram. And you can always email us at hello@workrowan.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Kate. Really appreciate it.
It was so good to talk to you.
And all the great things that you're doing. For those that are watching, thanks so much for tuning in. And we really appreciate you following us with our 1,000 Change Agent interview series here. To learn more about Nebula, to learn more about becoming an agent or nominating a change agent that we can interview, please visit nebula.soar, SOAR, communitynetwork.com. Thanks, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.